Hey, architecture firm owners and emerging leaders. Get ready for unparalleled insight into the development of a world-class architecture firm and a worldwide organization driving the digital transformation of the design and construction industry. With Build Smart, the podcast that's changing how our profession operates. We share the incredible stories behind innovation in the building industry with my friend and co-host, Patrick McLeamy, FAIA, former CEO of the international architecture firm, HOK.
You know, Yamasaki's office or firm lasted during his lifetime. And when he passed away, I think that was the end of the Yamasaki office. Helmut did not want that. He wanted a firm that would live out and grow beyond the founders.
In Season 1, discover the untold stories behind HOK's meteoric rise, from 150 employees in St. Louis to a powerhouse with over 1,900 staff members and 27 offices worldwide.
You know, they weren't as polite as the Kojima people. That was just boom. And anytime you have a creditor, whether it's Kojima or the bank, that wants their money, unless you can raise money someplace else, you are out of business.
Bankrupt. And hold on tight for Season 2, where Patrick takes us on a new adventure as chairman of Building Smart International, shaping the future of digital transformation in the design, construction, and operation of built assets.
Ian Howell, Ken Harold, and I, Ken was my technical representative from HOK. The three of us took a tour of Europe of 5 cities in 5 days. Very busy time.
Simply follow the link in the show notes to subscribe to Build Smart now and uncover lessons that will transform you and your architecture firm. Hey, architecture firm owners and emerging leaders. Get ready for unparalleled insight into the development of a world-class architecture firm and a worldwide organization driving the digital transformation of the design and construction industry. With Build Smart, the podcast that's changing how our profession operates. We share the incredible stories behind innovation in the building industry with my friend and co-host, Patrick McLeamy, FAIA, former CEO of the international architecture firm, HOK.
You know, Yamasaki's office or firm lasted during his lifetime. And when he passed away, I think that was the end of the Yamasaki office. Helmut did not want that. He wanted a firm that would live out and grow beyond the founders.
In Season 1, discover the untold stories behind HOK's meteoric rise, from 150 employees in St. Louis to a powerhouse with over 1,900 staff members and 27 offices worldwide.
You know, they weren't as polite as the Kojima people. That was just boom. And anytime you have a creditor, whether it's Kojima or the bank, that wants their money, unless you can raise money someplace else, you are out of business.
Bankrupt. And hold on tight for Season 2, where Patrick takes us on a new adventure as chairman of Building Smart International, shaping the future of digital transformation in the design, construction, and operation of built assets.
Ian Howell, Ken Harold, and I, Ken was my technical representative from HOK. The three of us took a tour of Europe of 5 cities in 5 days. Very busy time.
Simply follow the link in the show notes to subscribe to Build Smart now and uncover lessons that will transform you and your architecture firm. This is the Entrepreneur Architect Podcast, episode 59. Welcome back to the Entrepreneur Architect Podcast. My name is Mark R. LePage, and this is the podcast dedicated to a successful life as a small firm architect. Whether you have plans to someday start your own firm, you're in the process of launching a startup, or you might be an experienced small firm architect just trying to make a difference, this podcast is for you. My goal is to inspire you to build a better business so that you may pursue your purpose with passion and live the life of your dreams. There is an invisible force occurring with every project we start, and it's working against us. It's working against me, it's working against you, and it's working against every architect at a very rapid pace. And you need to get things done before it shows up and finds your client. This week on the Entrepreneur Architect Podcast, I will share my experience with the inevitable priority shift. This episode of the Entrepreneur Architect Podcast is brought to you by Entrepreneur Architect Academy, a community of like-minded architects seeking to take their small firms to greater success. Membership at Entrepreneur Architect Academy includes the weekly live video conference where the members and I meet each week to discuss a specific topic on business, leadership, or life, and we work together to help each other become better architects. And membership also includes access to our private membership community where during the week, members post and communicate and share information in a protected forum. And as a bonus, members receive free access to all our products offered by Entrepreneur Architect for now and into the future for as long as they're members of the Academy. And in 2015, we're boosting things around here. We're going to do at least 20 new video courses, so you're going to benefit if you're a member. And there's going to be a lot more. So if you're interested in learning more about Entrepreneur Architect Academy, please visit entrearchitect.com/academy. I am a residential architect, and every residential architecture project starts months, maybe even years before a client ever approaches an architect. Our potential clients have saved their money and have prepared a budget, and they've considered how long a project takes, and they have a clear expectation for completion, even if most likely it's unrealistic. Thank you very much to HGTV. And they've been dreaming about their project for months. And they have a specific scope of work, and they have hopes and needs, and they have specific unique custom features all dreamed up. So to reach this point, our clients have been through many different emotions, and they've focused their priorities on this very specific moment in time to proceed. They finally, after all of this preparation and all of this dreaming and all of this back and forth in their mind, they're finally ready to pull the trigger, and they finally want to get started. And on the day that the potential client contacts you, the clock starts ticking. Their priorities are aligned with the project. And if you're lucky enough to be selected as their architect for the project, their priorities will be aligned with your priorities. But that is going to change. Every project includes an inevitable priority shift, or as we call it here at 5Cat Studio, the I.P.S, inevitable priority shift. It is the moment in time when our clients change their minds in a big way, and it shifts their priority from completing their project to something else that has become more important. The I.P.S may be triggered by an endless list of causes. It could be an unexpected event, such as a sick family member or loss of employment, or it could simply be a change of mind on where they're going to spend their life savings. At 5Cat Studio, we have had the I.P.S occur from major household equipment failures to job transfers to new babies and major property damage caused by hurricanes. Back in 2001, one of our first new house projects was derailed by the events of September 11th, an event that caused so many of us to shift our priorities. And more recently, we had 2 projects simply evaporate due to the I.P.S. And I mentioned them in the previous episode where I talked about how success is the result of working harder. You can go back to entrearchitect.com/episode 58 and listen to that. But those 2 projects that we lost, one was a new house at the beach in the Hamptons, a dream job, right? The Hamptons, the playground of the rich and famous. And we had a design for a new house. There's a client that has an existing house there that we're going to basically tear down to the piers, and we're going to design and build a new modern house with large glass windows overlooking the bay. And we designed it to the requirements of the owner and the requirements of the zoning code. And when we got it all designed and we are ready to go to the next phase, it's just not what they ultimately wanted to spend their money on. And we did nothing wrong. We designed it exactly the way the client wanted it, exactly the way the code would allow it. But the code did not allow them to get what they wanted. So they froze. And they froze the project. And they had an inevitable priority shift. It hit them right square in the nose, and it hit us square in the pocketbook. But luckily, we recently found out that we may be getting that project back. But it's a priority shift. Things change, and you need to get there before the client changes their mind. The second project that we lost recently was a whole house renovation here in Chappaqua, in Westchester County, just north of New York City, where our firm is. And it was essentially a teardown. It was a big house, and they started with $1 million budget. And after developing the project, and we went through full construction drawings, we were ready to bid it out, and they've approved, and they had approved the budget. They grew the budget, and they approved the budget up to a $2 million project. So it grew beyond where they originally expected it to be. And the investment in the property started pushing against the value of resale. And they were okay with that because that's what they wanted. And they were going to live in that house for a long time, and they were ready to spend that money. And then we found out that they were going to need to rebuild their septic system. Septic system costs about $15,000. So a $15,000 decision happening at the wrong time, at the wrong place, was a tipping point. And that stress and the maxed out budget won out, and it canceled the project. And they paid us in full, and they moved on, and they sold the house, and they bought a new home. They had an inevitable priority shift. It happened. It's inevitable. It happens on every job. And it, by definition, the I.P.S. is inevitable. And your job as an architect is to beat the I.P.S. It's a mantra that we say in 5Cat Studio all the time. You need to beat the I.P.S. You need to make enough progress and proceed through enough of the phases to get to the project moving forward and completed before things change in the mind of the client. And if you can complete the project before the I.P.S. occurs, you get 3 major things happen for your business. Number 1, you end up with great photos of a great project for your portfolio. And number 2, you get paid in full. And number 3, you have a happy client, right? If you finish a job, you get to get photographs, you get to get paid, and you get to have a happy client, which gets you more work, right? But you have to beat the I.P.S. And how do we beat the I.P.S.? The answer lies in my first rule of better project management. I talked about my 10 rules for better project management at entrearchitect.com/episode 30. I gave you actually 11 rules. I called them my 10 rules, but I gave you 11. Let me summarize them real quick. I'm not going to go through them all because you can go to entrearchitect.com/episode 30 and listen to the whole episode and get all the details. But the first rule is to create systems for success. The second rule is know what they want as well as what they don't want. Sound familiar? Number 3 was listen carefully. Number 4 was estimate often. Number 5 was don't give your services away. Sounds good, right? Go back to episode 30 and listen. Number 6 is manage expectations and keep them informed. Number 7 was build rapport with the contractor. Number 8 was always provide construction administration. Number 9 is have the courage to act. And number 10 is follow up with the client and bring a gift. And the bonus, number 11, was photograph your projects. So those were my 10 rules, really 11, for better project management success. Episode 30, check it out. Rule number 1 was create systems for success, right? And that is how you beat the I.P.S. You need to create systems. For every step of the process, you need to break down that process into smaller and smaller steps and document each steps in a project operations manual. And this will allow you to make each step as efficient as it can be and will let you complete each phase in a timely manner. Systems will also indicate to your client that you have the process under control, which will give them more confidence in you and ultimately more confidence in proceeding with the project through each phase. So you look at the process and you break it down. You build a system for everything you do and you document that system. A documented system will expedite your process and will give your team a rule book to follow. and the ultimate rule in architecture. It trumps every other rule, more than any other rule in architecture. Beat the I.P.S. Beat the inevitable priority shift. It's a race. It's a race to success. You will either beat the I.P.S. or you won't have a project. The I.P.S. It's real. You need to be aware of it, and you need to finish the project and collect your fees before the inevitable priority shift finds its way to your client. So homework for this week. Last week, homework was to work smarter. I wanted you to turn off the TV, limit your internet, turn off notifications, and I wanted you to collect how many hours you found to work harder, and then go to the show notes at episode 58 and share your results. This week, homework is to create one system. Just one. Pick one task from your process and break it down into its essential elements. And I want you to document each small step and create one simple system to complete that task. And once you're done, go to the show notes at entrearchitect.com/episode 59 and share what you did. Share which task you chose and how you did a system for that one task. And I'm not asking you to do an entire operations manual or a big, long, elaborate thing. This should take you about 15 minutes. Pick one task and build one simple system just to show yourself how easy it is. And go to entrearchitect.com/episode 59 and leave us a comment. Tell me you did it. If you like this episode, please go to iTunes and leave me a review, because this is how you can help me spread the word about Entrepreneur Architect and our mission to become an influential force in this profession. Go to entrearchitect.com/iTunes, or in iTunes, just search for Entrepreneur Architect. You'll find us there. And just a reminder about Entrepreneur Architect Academy. For more information, go to entrearchitect.com/academy. And that is a wrap for today's show. Show notes and a direct link to download this episode may be found at entrearchitect.com/episode 59. Until next week, find your purpose, have faith, live with certainty, believe you can, and work harder, and you will find success. My name is Mark R. LePage, and I am an Entrepreneur Architect. We'll see you next week on the Entrepreneur Architect Podcast.
Imagine earning continuing education credits while doing exactly what you're doing right now. Well, you can. Gable Media has revolutionized the way you earn your continuing education credits with a groundbreaking approach. Forget running around town and scouring the internet for credit-worthy courses. Fulfill your CE requirements effortlessly by listening to engaging podcasts just like the one you're listening to now. Our podcasts are designed to educate, entertain, and inspire, all in a user-friendly environment. But wait, there's more. Architects, Gable Media is also approved as an AIA continuing education services provider. Upon completion, we handle everything, from reporting your hours directly to the AIA to storing your certificates in your personal Gable Media profile for your self-reporting needs. So follow the link in the show notes and start earning your credits in the most innovative and entertaining way possible with Gable Media.
Attention architects and creative minds, get ready to supercharge your brand with Build Your Brand, the podcast that's unlocking the secrets of branding success for creatives. Hey there, it's Mark Arlepage, founder of Entree Architect, and I'm inviting you to join my friend, architect marketing expert Jeff Eccles at Build Your Brand podcast, where he explores the captivating stories of the world's top brands and transforms their lessons into powerful moves for small firm architects and creatives like you. In Season 1, Jeff shares the thrilling tale of Southwest Airlines, where he dissects their journey to the summit and distills it into strategies tailor-made for you.
It's important to keep in mind that companies like Southwest compete in the real world, just like you, and face real-world challenges, just like you. You might be surprised at how similar those challenges are to the struggles that you grapple with on a day-to-day basis.
Don't miss out on your blueprint for success. Subscribe, tune in, and let's build your brand together.
You may have noticed that the very best brands in the world are also known for having somewhat unique corporate cultures. That's often the glue that holds everything together when they encounter those rough spots.
We don't do it because it inconveniences the passengers to whom we are primarily dedicated, the short haul, frequent flyer.
Follow the link in the show notes to subscribe to Build Your Brand today. Remember, no matter the size, the journey's the same. Your brand's journey to the top starts here.